Hello and welcome! Some users on Reddit asked me to make a video about the mistakes I make. So I went through one session's recordings and essentially just picked up all the things where I lost, where I made mistakes, and instead of deleting them I made a video about them. So anyways, most of my mistakes are about overextending. Actually, I don't know if some of them even are mistakes because I am consciously overextending, like this one. Because, well, capping gives so much experience right now that I just need to do it. Otherwise, like, I might back off, but then the DD gets the cap and I don't get any experience for it. And capping gives so much more experience that it's just important. I would rather, you know, it's just that if you take in first win of the day, I'd rather get a great first win of the day than a mediocre win that gets me the first win. But anyways, this is essentially me going too far into the cap. I'm spotted and the torpedoes made me have to turn in a direction I didn't want, and well, essentially at this point it's all greed and, well, battleships firing at me. I really wanted to kill the Mahan, but it's taking way too long because he is pretty decent at dodging, at least compared to the average player, and well, that was it essentially. And it's 4 minutes into the game and I'm already dead. So, moving on. The second type of mistake I often make is the fact that I, well, forget that ships have torpedoes. I imagine that most people do forget these things once in a while. It's not like, you know, you think that, okay, a Fletcher doesn't have torpedoes, but like, I see torpedoes there, and then I just don't react to them, because reasons. Okay, so, Benson. Fire my guns, okay. I'm trying to save Tuka here, because he is in a DD and he can't really fight them easily. And Tuka says, well, I'm fine over here as long as he doesn't torpedo me. Okay. I realize he has torpedoes. I keep sailing in a straight line. I see those torpedoes and I start reacting, but very poorly. I should turn the other way and I should slow down. That would have just made me take maybe one torpedo. But instead, I'm gonna take like 3, because reasons. Or actually it's like 2, I think. No, it's 3. Like if I had taken 2, I would have survived at least, but nope. I took all 3, because I'm a dumbass. But I mean, these things happen, everyone makes these tiny mistakes. Hopefully not in rank though, that would be stupid. Moving on, another thing is that I'm playing my Fubuki here, right? I'm setting in this cap at the start of the game, and I'm gonna torpedo the hell out of the enemy team, and I get spotted, or I think I'll be spotted, so I smoke as a precaution, and then I die, because I'm a dumbass. Actually no, I just get unlucky. I mean, sometimes it happens too. But the thing is that, like, I know that there's a DD in that smoke over there because I torpedoed it. I slowed down so I wouldn't run too far into it to get spotted, but I face him broadside on. That means that if he torpedoes back at me, I die, just like this. This was incredibly common when smoke lasted longer and I would just like sail in, smoke, and start shelling cruises and stuff, and then the cruiser torpedoes me and I'm like, well, I'm dead. Was a nice game. So, moving on, I see this Königsberg at 3.2 kilometers and closing in, so my plan is to just go in, torpedo him, and then maybe shell him with AP or something. I switched AP as well, and I dodge torpedoes because I'm in a DD, so it's like no problem, especially if I'm moving. Okay, AP is bouncing because he is angled. That's okay though, I'm within 2.5 kilometers, right? I'll just smoke and disappear, right? Because that's how smoke works. Well, thing is, a Königsberg is tier 5, so he actually doesn't have access to the anti-air module, or consumable, but he does have access to sonar, which leaves me spotted until 3.5 kilometers, even inside smoke. So I just die like a dumbass, because reasons. And, well, that's how you just die in a cruiser, because you forget that Tier 5 cruisers usually have sonar. So, moving on, I am in the decap. I know that there's an enemy DD in here, so I smoked, I slowed down, and I positioned my ship in a way so that once he pops up, I'll be able to run away as fast as possible. Because I don't really want to gunfight it, because it's probably a Farragut, I think. And yep, the Farragut appeared, so let's just start running away, because I don't want to gunfight him. It's odd that he isn't firing, so he's probably firing torpedoes. Okay, let's just dodge them, because that's not very hard. I mean, I am in a torpedo DD, but the problem here is that I will be unable to dodge them, because I just mess up. I can't tell the trajectory of the last torpedo compared to the first one, so I literally turn into it. I figured I would be turning away. I tried to fishtail. I did successfully in the first one, but the second one I didn't. I just couldn't tell its trajectory. I don't know if it's the same for everyone else, but I have actual trouble with this in real life too. When I see a ball thrown at me, I have trouble telling its trajectory. So, yeah, there goes all the free experience in that cap for me that I could have got if I had, you know, dodged even a little bit better, but I was unable to. So the situation in this match is that I decided to go to the right side of the map because of my spawn, although my team went to the left side and all the enemies went to the right side, so I decided to fall back, and me and the cruiser decided to go through the middle to try to cap. And we encountered the New Mexico, which we start fighting. But anyways, our base started being capped, so my plan was to turn around and go fight the DD that's capping A. But he stopped capping now, which means that it's a possibility that he is coming towards me. So I need to at least keep that in mind. Okay. I mean, if he is, then I'll probably die here, because I can't fight the DD in such an enclosed space, but he should die too, because I also have torpedoes. So let's fire my guns and then torpedoes. And my torpedoes should hit, right? Like fire like this, like this. Nope, they aren't firing. I was clicking the button, but they weren't firing. The problem was that the DD was moving away and I was turning my ship at the same time, and this made it so that I couldn't launch my torpedoes. Even though it showed green, my torpedo tube tracking just couldn't keep up, so they essentially didn't allow me to fire, and that was a big mistake. If I had unlocked, pressed X, then I would have been able to fire, but here I couldn't. It's unfortunate, but that's what happened. Next time I should have pressed X quickly, but I was panicking here. So here I am in my first Königsberg match, quite literally. I'm warned by Tuka that Königsberg is a good player. I fire my torpedoes, then I use my AP. I get a great first shot, I take most of his HP. I decide to slow down. For whatever reason, my second volley bounces mostly. And remember that slowing down for whatever reason, well, these torpedoes aren't too friendly against that. I would have been hit by 3 of them, so I was dead regardless. So essentially, don't slow down against a ship that's torpedoing you. Like, do evasive maneuvers that actually make sense in that situation. So, moving on, I've been fighting this Fubuki over here. I have got him to pretty low HP. He has 2000 HP left. I already got the cap of C, so I decide to just get around the corner and try to finish him off before the Fubuki runs away. I even use speed boost so I can get there quicker. Okay, let's just go around the island and then try to kill him, because I'll kill him in like 1 or 2 volleys, easy. Or maybe not as easy as I think, as we will witness in a moment. Okay, I spotted him, I fire my guns. I could fire my metal gun as well, but nope, I decide to turn. I could fire it again, nope, I still decide to turn. Okay, let's dodge these torpedoes. I dodged the first 2 volleys, but the 3rd volley hits me and kills me. I could have run away, been less greedy, and I would have survived this and would have been an easy kill, and I could have then went on to keep me, but nope, I had to be greedy and I died as a result. So here I am fighting this Omaha nicely. I mean, in my Murmansk, I keep firing AP because he's gonna show me his broadside again. It'll be nice and all, but check the minimap, and I'm not noticing that torpedo bomber squadron that's incoming. Like, I'm completely oblivious to it. Okay, I'm fighting this Omaha still, and suddenly I hear the torpedo alarm go off, and I'm like, oh, well, I am screwed. If I wouldn't at least sail a bit forward, maybe I'll only take one and survive, but nope, I took two and died. So yeah, forgetfulness. So this one's from the Phantom Fortress event. It's an older one to finish it up. Well, anyways, I'm fighting strangers and he is bringing his planes over to me. He already dropped with them, but he doesn't want to fly them back. So what I do is I turn my AA off and stop firing, so that he has to fly them back or find somebody else to suicide them. And look, strangers even said it in chat. So essentially, now my anti-air is off and he can't suicide them on me. His plan is foiled. Well, the earlier trick to have him fly back worked nicely, but now strangers wants to do a secondary duel. Remember, these secondaries are incredibly powerful with lots of range. And my secondaries aren't firing, and I wonder why. I cannot understand. I even typed it out in chat. Even though I'm the one that should have the advantage because I'm sailing away. But I literally just forgot to turn my secondaries on. So I just didn't fire my secondaries. And essentially, because of that, I'm gonna lose this secondary duel. This was completely forgetfulness. But essentially, remember, everyone makes mistakes, and, well, I mean, it's normal. It's just that, you know, it would be better if you didn't, but it happens. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then, oh yeah, first of all, there'll be a 20-hour stream on Friday. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe, and thanks for watching.